Wall Street loves to make forecasts, and so do economists. But tell me, was anyone correct in their forecast of 2020? Not likely. On New Year's Eve 2019, most were ecstatic to leave that year behind. But as you all know, 2020 was a doozy. We all faced a global pandemic, perhaps made worse by the politicians and the media. As for stocks, we saw an incredibly bullish January, but then coronavirus swept in and changed everything. I mean everything. When fear of coronavirus took hold, stocks fell dramatically. Tens of millions have been infected, and perhaps over a million have died around the world. March was a month of unknown fear, which resulted in millions of jobs being lost. We can look back on that now and see that overall, we are in a better place. That may not mean much for many of you, but the world is healing. For those that were optimistic, it was a good bet to buy America. There were many, many great deals on all kinds of stocks. It was only a matter of time that we would recover. We always have. Personally, I'm more positive than I was. With multiple vaccines on their way, we'll come through this, likely sooner than most believe. Yes, I know it's easier to look back now, but as I have said, we go through cycles time and time again. Maybe the pandemic made it different this time, but then again, maybe not. Yes, the trigger is different, but most of the time it's just a label that Wall Street politicians or the media chooses. But in my experience, it always comes down to fear and greed. And just look back at some of the fear mongering headlines the media came up with. Stocks continue record climb as earnings overshadow impeachment. The New York Times. Coronavirus claims more lives. Yahoo Finance. Dow plunges 1,100 points. Worst point drop in history. Will the Fed act? CNBC. U.S. coronavirus deaths top 138,000. Yahoo. Stocks sink as September gloom continues. Once again, Yahoo. October was the worst month for the Dow since March as coronavirus was spreading. CBS News. It's just the same old thing time and time again. Most news is doom and gloom. Apparently, the media has figured out that humans prefer negative headlines, so it's no surprise that headlines are predominantly filled with misery. But after all, it was 2020, and maybe the headlines were deserved. And yet, the average 2020 return of all S&P 500 stocks so far is 8.94%. But looking more closely, when the top 25 stocks are removed, the remaining 475 stocks average only 4.98%. And more importantly, 40%, or 195 stocks of the S&P 500, are negative so far in 2020. 2020 brought us unexpected volatility. So where do we go next? Well, here are some of my predictions for 2021. Markets will keep rising, at least in early 2021. But keep a keen eye, because I believe a pullback is in the cards. Year-over-year earnings should be one for the records. The second and third quarter will likely be barn burners, so hold on. And growth stocks will still shine, but the rotation into value will continue as well, perhaps more slowly. I'm also looking for one period when stocks will be oversold. This will be an opportunity, so have plenty of cash ready and be prepared. And most importantly, we will heal. So to all of my valued subscribers and viewers, here's to a fabulous 2021. I very much appreciate you joining me here. And for today, that's ChewDog Charts. Thank you.